Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm an education specialist here at Rumpke Waste and Recycling.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to learn about Rumpke's recycling facility here in Cincinnati. What does a typical day here at the MRF look like for you?
A typical day here at the MRF, I'm usually giving tours to different groups and I'm answering a lot of customers' questions about waste and recycling.
How long have you worked for Rumpke?
I've been here with Rumpke for about 5 months now.
What makes your job exciting?
My job's really exciting because I get to talk to a lot of different groups of people on a daily basis about the practices of waste and recycling and also the proper way to do both of those. At Rumpke, we take safety very seriously, so we have to put safety gear on before we get into the MRF.
Thank you. What's the most interesting part about the recycling process?
I think the technology that we use on a day-to-day basis is so incredible, and it's really my favorite part about the plant. Are we ready to go up to the tipping floor?
Yeah. What is a tipping floor?
The tipping floor is the first stop for the material after the trucks have been weighed. Once they come in, they dump their material on this floor. So in here we have enough room to hold about 2.5 million pounds of recyclables.
How old is the Cincinnati MRF?
The Cincinnati MRF has been here for about 10 years, this facility specifically. Let's head on and see the rest of the facility.
What's the most interesting question you've ever been asked on a recycling tour?
I think the most interesting questions that I get asked are about the things that people put in their recycle bin that they shouldn't. For example, tires, propane tanks, hoods of cars, Christmas trees, all kinds of stuff that we don't want here, but people put them in their bins.
What's one thing about recycling that most people probably don't know or realize?
One thing that people probably don't realize is that about 50 to 60% of what they put in their trash can could have been reduced, reused, or recycled. So it's really important that you're putting things that are recyclable in your recycle bin.
What's your favorite recyclable?
My favorite recyclable, I think, is aluminum. I just think that it's really cool that one aluminum can could go into a new aluminum can in a process of 60 days.
What's one thing you've learned from working here at Rumpke?
From working here at Rumpke, I've pretty much become an expert on recycling. So it's a lot of fun to be able to take that education home and to my friends.
How many people work here at this MRF?
There's about 80 people here that work at this MRF.
And why doesn't Rumpke take batteries for recycling?
Batteries cause a huge threat to our process. When those batteries combust, they can start a fire, so we really don't want batteries here in our recycling.
Where do the recyclables go once they're sorted?
Once the material is sorted, we bale it up before we send it to an end user.
And where do the recyclables go once they're baled?
Once they're baled, we send them away to an end user, whether that be on a rail car or through freight. We send them to the end user so they can make something new out of the material.
Are there any recyclables that are infinitely recyclable?
Glass and aluminum are infinitely recyclable, meaning that they can be recycled over and over and over again without losing their properties.
Can you tell us one interesting fact about you?
Oh boy, one interesting fact about me? I'm allergic to citrus fruits. That's kind of interesting.
That's super interesting. Before we go, is there anything you want people to know about recycling?
One thing that I want people to know is that each person can make a huge difference. On average, one person could recycle about 700 pounds of material every single year. I think that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for coming, and if you're interested in touring the MRF, make sure to schedule on our website.